Welcome to Terraria 1.2. Today I'm going to be comparing the Knight's Edge and Excalibur with their true forms, which is the more powerful buff version of them, along with their legendary forms. So let's start with comparing just the original two. Light up some area. The original two, Knight's Edge does 42 melee damage, 4% critical strike chance, average speed, average knockback. And it's apparently a material. Duh, to make the true version. Then we have the Excalibur, which does 47 melee damage, plus 4% critical strike chance, fast speed, average knockback, and it's also a material, obviously. So, when comparing the two original, the Excalibur is more powerful. It is also the one that's hardest to make, because you need a bunch of special souls from the hard mode, after defeating the Wall of Flesh, along with a combination of a lot of the hard mode ores, to make the Excalibur, versus Knight's Edge, which can be done pre-hard mode by going down to the underworld, to the jungle, and then killing the Eater of Worlds, which gives you the supplies to make the Knight's Edge. So overall, between these two, the Excalibur is stronger, but Knight's Edge is much easier to make, and it's not that much weaker. I mean, come on. They're both in the 40s. Then we get to the interesting part. Their true forms. Well, let's start with the fact that their true forms have lasers! Lasers, 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 lasers. Lovely. That's great. Just what I needed while I'm recording. So, forgive me if I lose my train of thought now, because now I got a blood moon. And the game is really loud. In fact, I'm gonna go turn down the audio and I'll be right back after I kill these guys. Alright, here we are again. Still the blood moon, I believe. Why am I using the original? Alright, so let's compare damage while we have a little bit of time. True Knight's Edge does 70, while the True Excalibur only does 55. So that actually kind of confused me, because the sword that's easier to make, in the end, does the most damage. Versus that. I mean, they still all one-shot zombies, but overall, Knight's Edge is more powerful. Now, I'm going to talk about how you go about making them. Once you have the Knight's Edge, or the Excalibur, you can, if you're assuming you're already in hard mode if you have Excalibur, but you're not going to be in hard mode if you only have Knight's Edge. Once you get into hard mode, a solar eclipse will happen every so often. It's a timed event in which you get crazy strong mobs like Frankensteins, Reapers, Swamp Mans, but the one that we are actually interested in is only the Reaper, because the Reaper has a rare drop called the Broken Hero's Sword. Combining the Broken Hero's Sword at a mithril anvil with either of these two weapons, Excalibur or Knight's Edge, will give you their true forms. And that's how you make their better version. But from what I've seen so far, unless Excalibur gets buffed or Knight's Edge gets nerfed, Knight's Edge is going to be the more powerful weapon in the end, so I'd recommend going for that one. Then lastly, we would need to talk about the legendary version, which bumps Knight's Edge up to 80. And keep in mind that this character has no extra buffs on him, so it does a base damage of 80. And the Excalibur only does a surprising low amount of 63 compared to the Knight's Edge. I mean, it has lasers too, but it just really surprises me that the Excalibur is that much weaker. That's basically the basics of it. I might go into more detail as I find things, but just figure I'd give you a damage analysis. And now I'm going to fight this blood moon. And I must say, compared to the solar eclipse, the blood moon is a lot easier to deal with, especially with weapons as powerful. In fact, there's another weapon I actually want to go over, and this time, the Demon Scythe, which is another rare drop of the Reaper. So I'll be right back when I grab it. So here I am back with the Death Sickle, is what it's actually called, not Demon Scythe, or whatever I happen to call it. This is another rare drop from the Reapers. It does a lot of damage, and as you can see, it has really cool spinny blade effect as you keep swinging it. You can also hold it down to keep swinging it. So I've given myself the normal Death Sickle and the legendary to compare damages while fighting off the zombie apocalypse. Maybe I should be using the legendary one since I actually have it. So eventually, when I clear away these guys, I'll be able to look at the stats. So it does 57 melee damage without anything else. Legendary makes it 66. Which is still, I believe, which is still better than the true Excalibur. So the legendary Death Sickle, which is a rare drop from the Reapers, is better than the true Excalibur. So a lot of things better than true Excalibur suddenly. Should probably get a look at that, unless that was the intention in the first place from the creators. So I think that's everything I wanted to go over. We have the true Excalibur does 63, true Knight's Edge does 80, and Death Sickle does 66. They both have their own individual stat buffs. And honestly, out of all three of them, I would recommend the Death Sickle over even the true Knight's Edge. Just because I find it to be more useful. But if you're better with a sword, definitely go for the Knight's Edge over the Excalibur. That's going to be all for today, and I will see you next time.